If you have trouble with self-esteem, worrying, or low mood, there's a good chance that how you speak to yourself maintains your difficult experience. When your thoughts create a highly negative interpretation of an event or of yourself, your actions will follow a destructive path. Or at the very least, your actions or inaction will maintain the negative feelings you're experiencing. Rather than find what will remedy the situation, you reactively pour further poisons into the mix. But thoughts just pop into our head. We don't control the immediate thoughts. What we can learn is to realize the thoughts as they are happening and question them, rather than accept them at face value as reality. We're going to look at 3 ways of thinking that helps maintain your negative experiences, 3 poisons that affect your well-being and relationships. All or nothing thinking is when you interpret something in the extremes. Either something is amazing or a complete failure. A common thought for someone experiencing all or nothing thinking is, "I am a failure." To say this to yourself over and over again, to believe this, will undoubtedly hurt you and any actions you take in the future. Because if you believe you are a failure, why even bother trying? The same goes for perfectionism. If something isn't perfect, you find it difficult to move on until it is perfect. But because perfection can only exist conceptually, you don't move on, and you don't learn and grow. Similarly, expectations of perfection upon others can strain these relationships. Learning that things aren't black and white, but rather shades of gray, can allow you to experience more patience, understanding, and forgiveness towards yourself and towards others. If you think of yourself or something as a complete failure, take the time to write down the small ways things went well. Reframe the failure as an undesirable result that you can learn from. Learn from the experience and change how you approach the obstacle. A mental filter is when you only focus on the negative aspects of an event, rather than observe all aspects. Imagine there are 10 points of information. 8 of the points are desirable, and 2 points are undesirable. Overall, 80% of things are pretty good. However, a mental filter will filter out the positive aspects, leaving only the negative ones to focus on. Now 100% of what is seen and felt is negative. While a filter focuses your attention on the negative aspects, magnification emphasizes its significance. Magnifying the negative aspects consumes your whole view. You cannot see anything beyond the large and looming negative thoughts in front of you. When most events or circumstances seem like a catastrophe, low mood or heightened anxiousness often follows. When this happens, write down what you're feeling, what thoughts you're having. Then write what the actual consequences could be and what small steps you could take to remedy the situation. The consequences may not be as bad as you thought, and you may also realize that there are actionable steps to sort things out or to minimize the consequences. Emotions and states of being are transient. Things change. How you feel will change, and change again. While a difficult event may arise outside of your control, how you react to the event helps determine the subsequent impact of the event in your life. How you think about the difficulties you experience plays a significant role in how you feel. Identify the thought as a distorted thought, question its validity, and then actively think of a more accurate thought that nudges you towards a desirable behavior. At first, this process may feel mechanical or effortful, but with consistent practice, the process becomes quicker and more natural. With practice, the intensity and frequency of negative thoughts will decrease over time. Undesirable initial thoughts will naturally come up in times of stress or misfortune. We don't have control over the initial thoughts. The goal is learning to become aware that the initial thought is just one of many interpretations. And with any interpretation, you can actively challenge it and find a more accurate and hopeful interpretation, one that will lift you out of the darkness.